2 LDs for the price of 1 anniversary. These devs are so good to us. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm liking the new Vincent. He needed some updates badly. And I think that LD gave him just enough. I don't think he's like super busted, meta broken or anything like that. I do think he's really good and really fun. And maybe I just need to experiment with him more outside of this abyss, because this really is the only place that I ever used him. Because Vincent's one of those characters that I really wanted to build a long time ago, but I'm sure everyone remembers he was the first EX Plus character along with Cloud. And between those two, I had to go Cloud. There's favoritism there, I had to do it. And he ended up being the much better investment for the time, absolutely. Because I remember Vincent was one of those characters where, you know, they gave us this awesome debuffer, but he was elemental based, and then they made a bunch of events absorb either fire or thunder after that. So there wasn't much he could do. But those days seem to be over now. I really wanted to run this no tank and just kind of go straight damage. And this seemed to be quite the setup for it. Oh, real quick, I love doing this. Giving Penelo the Ramza call. For this very reason. So we can get everyone up to full battery with this launch. And we gotta time that so that Penelo's EX is up, so we can look at the other one and do it again. Not half bad. So they're already, wow, 20% gone already. This orb, by the way, is contingent on, they call it taking brave damage from debuff. So sap or poison, really, is what they're getting at here. They do like to inflict just random poison on us when it's not even their turn. So I'm glad Penelo was here to just get rid of that. It's not like it's all that detrimental. Look, it's not even sapping that much brave, but I just didn't want to deal with it at all. So, thank you, Penelo. Odd, because I'm comparing this to Balthier's Abyss that we just got. Well, excuse me, not that we just got, that I think just went away, actually. And the requirements are more restrictive on paper, but it's not as bad as Balthier's because of the orb. The orb for Balthier's was dispel dependent, which barely anyone does. A lot of people do sap, so it isn't that bad. Even though they added another crystal color. You have to bring 2 whites, a red, a gun, and a Final Fantasy VII. But there's already a lot more no Vincent clears this time around than there were Balthier clears last time. Because I'm pretty sure in total I've seen 3, and 2 of them are on this very channel. Just saying. Humble brag. So break order's a little odd, but it doesn't matter much. If at all. It doesn't matter at all. Because they're going to swing at us, but they're not breaking anybody. That's not going to happen. So I'm noticing I went into this, I used the Jack call rather early, meaning that it's about to go away. And I don't want that to happen. So I think we should make the most of this debuff while it's still on. So they both have 1 more turn left of it. So we're going to milk it for all it's worth. let's just keep stalling so that they can recover. One thing I'm really enjoying with this setup, there is no turn delay on this team, and it doesn't even matter because everyone is just so fast. They just keep jumping in front. They keep recovering Braves, so we can just keep this going. The potency, the Brave potency on that Vincent follow-up attack is absolutely ridiculous. He needed it so badly. He just needed a little bit of, he just needed something to just keep him going a little longer. He needed more damage and more skill counts. He didn't get any more skill counts, but he got the LD, which is just a new skill, so that just kind of makes up for it. Okay, now this right here, I took a gamble. Oh no, I remember now. I was thinking, oh, I should burst. But then he just got hit with that poison, and I really want that to go away before we burst. So I maybe should have done it earlier, but then I didn't want to run the risk of getting hit with poison while I was in the middle of the burst. I don't know if they even do that, but I didn't want to find out. So instead, we're gonna summon first, which I normally don't like to do, but we were just in a situation where we kind of had to. Maybe we didn't have to, but I figure we can let Kuja wear out some of this poison before we go into the burst. In fact, it's gone. We just pushed it off with another buff. Perfect. I know we have one left, but in the summon, let's cap on both targets. And now all of her LDs are gone. But that's fine. She's not going to need any more. This was a bit of a risky move. Actually, I say risky. There's no risk. We're fine. But what I should have done is I should have just used that Vincent LD on B and gotten a super fat launch, but I instead let it wear out. I was going to see if it was still there. And it wasn't. But that's alright.
Okay.
So now we go in. As far as no Vincent setups, or just no, just characters that work here if you don't have Vincent. Because yeah, it's got to be 2 whites and a yellow. Reno is very good for this. He can be your Red Crystal and your Final Fantasy VII. He's just really good for this boss in general because he can just make it so they can't do anything to you with those pyramids. Not to mention setting up to where when they attack they delay themselves is very helpful. Guy is being used a lot here. Warrior of Light. Penelo, of course. I mean, she's already here. How about I talk about people who aren't on the team? What else I've seen people dust off Sarah and bring her here. In fact, I think Josh ran. I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna forget your team. Who did you bring? You brought Guy, Aerith, and Sarah. Yeah, that's who Josh brought. Swifty, that's what I'm talking about. Which is pretty cool. That's dusting off 2 old cursed characters and bringing another character that a bunch of people seem to think sucks. Guy doesn't suck, by the way. He's not really my thing, so I skipped him. Like, he's too, it's gonna sound weird to say, but he's too tankish. And I don't really run tanks all that much. Every now and again I will, like just for fun, but I don't know. I tend to go for, you know, I don't need to explain it. If you've watched my side of this channel, you know what I go for. In fact, that's self-explanatory. I didn't bring any, other than Vincent and his debuffs, I didn't bring any, like, damage mitigation here. You know what I mean? Like, there's no tank, is what I'm trying to say. And usually you see these things, you think, oh no, I gotta bring a tank. And that's a wise move, but I didn't feel like it. And this, I think, worked out better anyway. Because this way we could... Like they just lost the Jack debuff. They had it on for this whole fight up until this very moment. So I kind of figure we'll just slap that on, do as much damage as possible, as early as possible. So that way when that debuff fades away, they'll be on their last limb fighting for their lives. As you can see, they're both under 10%. Make that significantly less because Kuja's LD is busted. It's cool using Kuja here too, by the way, because I was not expecting the 2 crystal color requirements. And the fact that they had white or red, Kuja is my only white or red burst between both of those colors, because I don't have... The only 2 bursts I'm missing are white and red. Furion and Wall. So Kuja was my best option. Burst tokens well spent. Alright, Penelo, let's wrap this up. Wonderful. You danced all your skills away to perfection. It's the 2nd Global 3rd Anniversary Abyss done. And it was a good time. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching.